The funny part is, the Nashville Predators are actually playing a game right now. They are up 2-1 against Columbus heading into the third period. Goals were scored by Adam Fantilli, Philip Forsberg, and Ryan O'Reilly. It was an own goal. How wonderful is that? But the Predators, despite the fact that they are playing right now, they did not want to go into the night without making a trade. Take a look at this. It was tweeted out before the Predators and the Blue Jackets game. Roster update for Nashville. Forward Michael McCarron will not play in tonight's game at Columbus for roster management purposes. And this was then confirmed and expanded upon when Michael Russo tweeted this out. We have a trade to announce. The Minnesota Wild have acquired Michael McCarron, sending a second-round pick over to the Nashville Predators. And I gotta say this right here. Oh my goodness, Batman. Michael McCarron fetched a second-round pick for Nashville? That is some really tidy business for the Predators. Heck, I don't think anybody was really expecting this guy to get that much, and here's why. Michael McCarron is 30 years old, 6'6", 231. He's a big guy, right-wing center, right-handed player. Signed till the end of this season, making $900,000 a year. He is listed as a heavy hitter and a physical forward. He has 12 points in 59 games this season, on pace for about 16 points over 80 games. Last year he had 14 points. The year before that, 22. He gets about 100 penalty minutes a year, so really that's his bread and butter. And you're saying that this guy got a second-round pick for Nashville? What the hell? Let's go out there to the Predators subreddit and read what some of the folks over there have to say. I would have been happy with a fourth-round pick, so this is absolutely unreal. With this kind of return, it makes me really question what guys like Bunting or Haula could get. Assuming Minnesota is an elite team for years to come, that's more likely an early third-rounder in terms of value, which is still way more than I think any of us expected. McCarron is liked for his style of play and the role he plays. This doesn't really move the market for those other guys. A second is effing crazy, let's go. Heck yeah, gonna miss Big Sexy though. So, how many ex-Predators play in Minnesota now? All of them. I don't know if I like this move. On one hand, that's insane value for him, way more than I expected. On the other, we got less big and sexy. So, there does seem to be a particular meme about Michael McCarron and Nashville Predators fandom. I wonder if this sets unrealistic expectations for the rest of the possible tradables. If McCarron is worth a second, is Marchessault worth a first and prospects then? The second rounder is in 2028, but I'll still take it. Great trade by Barry here. So, with that said, it seems like Predators fans are super happy with the deal. Let's go out there and read what Minnesota Wild fans have to say about it too. Someone tell me how to feel. Just whelmed. He's on the better side of faceoffs too. Okay, nice ad. Second round pick for a tall center, 31 years old, decent on draws, good PK. That could be worse. Could be a signal that our current grit leader is going to be out an extended amount of time. McCarron is great, y'all. Putting his history aside, he hits, he wins a ton of faceoffs, and is an absolute unit. I feel like this could also be a stopgap while Moose is out. Wait a minute, don't we hate this guy? Even without that, a second-round pick is steep. So, it does seem like the Minnesota Wild may have overpaid a little for Michael McCarron, but if this is really the guy that they want to bring in as a heavy hitter, physical forward, face-off winning penalty killer, then I can understand the value there. If you head over to the Minnesota Wild and their line combinations, it does seem like McCarron will probably slot into maybe that first PK unit. It does seem like a pretty replaceable spot, I would say. Joel Eriksson Ek is fine. Nico Sturm, I don't want to say that Nico Sturm is a bad player or anything, but there can be an upgrade or two over that. And then McCarron as a fourth-line center is probably going to do well in that spot in Minnesota. So, Nashville, they're going out there and getting themselves a pretty nice deal here. Second round pick in 2028 for Michael McCarron. I like this trade a lot for the Predators. I think the Minnesota Wild, they may have overpaid a little bit for this guy, but hey, if they go out there and win a Stanley Cup, who cares? We've seen a bunch of guys in the NHL go for a lot of assets and picks just because they're physical and just because they play that style. Remember that Tanner Jeannot trade from a few years ago? He ended up getting like all these draft picks and whatnot, and it's really just because he's a physical guy who hits. That does seem to be a commodity in the NHL trade market. A lot of folks going out there and overpaying for guys just because they're big and physical. So for Michael McCarron, that's a pretty reasonable example, I think, that also fits into that mold. Keep in mind, though, he is a rental. He'll be a free agent by the end of the season. Maybe if he is super good and he's very well-liked in Minnesota, maybe there's a chance he ends up re-signing, especially if he plays well. Who knows? I'm actually looking forward to seeing whether or not he's going to be able to get a $1 million+ contract. He has never had one of those in his NHL career. All of his AAVs have been sub $1 million. So, Michael McCarron, this is a new opportunity. You're not playing in Nashville anymore. You're heading over to Minnesota, a much better team, and they want to see what you can do in the playoffs. They want to see what you can do in the penalty kill. Ultimately, I think this is a pretty big win for the player as well, setting him up for a bigger and better opportunity to maybe even give him some more money in the offseason. Like, if Michael McCarron shows off very well for Minnesota this playoff run, then he could be setting himself up to get that $1 million+ deal. You know, he's certainly not going to get it because of his point production or what have you. I mean, he's finally starting to play full NHL seasons and getting, let's say, 20-ish points a year, but he's really going to have to showcase more in a bigger stage if he wants to get more money. So I think this is a pretty good opportunity for him to do that with the Minnesota Wild. If you're a Wild fan or if you're a Predators fan, I want you to let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. How do you feel about this trade right here? Michael McCarron, a second-round pick. That's the swap. Nashville is literally playing right now. Oh, okay, it's a 2-2 game. Who ended up scoring? Sean Monahan. Short-handed goal. That is very unfortunate for the Nashville team. But, yeah, I was kind of thinking, do we want to make this video right away because the Predators are literally playing right now? But then I was like, you know what? There's a Connor Garland trade that seems like it could be coming soon. We might have to divert our attention over to that by the time the day comes to an end. So let's just bang this McCarron video out right now. The Predators are in the third period anyway, so there definitely is some breathing room there. But if you're a Preds fan, a Wild fan, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about this Michael McCarron deal. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.